Well, here we are again, 2017, April the 7th, just getting ready to fly into the Taruas, Live-in Deerstalkers Club, or Hunters Club, whatever you want to call them, doing their annual flying. Just getting some gear ready, just laying it out, what I need. Food's in the kitchen at the moment. Probably going to be in there for at least 5 days. So we'll just get this into my, taking my little pack, just the one pack, day bag and pack in one. And yeah, weather's finally clearing after Cyclone Debbie's come through. She's blue skies outside and pushing towards the Tararua, so hopefully JD can get over the hill alright. We'll get this packed up and see how much room and that I've got left. Well, here I am, head of the Makaratu Taruas. Just arrived probably half an hour ago via JD in his new 600. Just chucked up the fly, so camp's pretty much prepared. Just going to go and get some water. I was lucky enough that just as we're coming into Hover there was actually a little stag just downstream out in the river flats, so you never know, he might pop back out. There's only a little one, so I might try and get a photo. Good signs. Weather's absolutely mint. Couldn't ask for much more. Fingers crossed for a good couple of days. Not a sausage is heard yet. It's very, very quiet. Well, what a day. Flew in yesterday with JD, didn't take any footage, but new 600, nice machine. It's like a little limo for the sky. Flown into the headwaters here. Yeah, saw a stag on the way in. It was on the flats, a couple of flats down from us, or from here. Didn't bother going down last night because the wind was heading down that direction. So I went up and had a look at the slip upstream until dark. Didn't see anything on that. Bit of a restless night, little bush rat, keep trying to get my rubbish. This morning got up and went up the ridge behind camp here, and a lot of signs, saw a lot of footprints, followed obviously a stag pushing a hind up the hill. Got up to a rub and it just stunk. I swear I would have been standing beside him. Let out a couple of roars on the way up, had a couple of distant roars, can't say really exactly where they were, or even if one of them was Sherman from across the valley. So I ended up coming down another spur, found a nice little slip and glassed the headwaters, and didn't see anything in the headwaters, but I did see a little fawn on one of the other slips. watched that for an hour or so. Mum and Dad didn't come out, so we'd end up feeding off into the bush. Got back to camp here, had a coffee and a break, and decided I'd head downstream to where we saw the stag from the chopper and the cast antler JD had seen. So I would have got no more than 100 metres from camp and picked up a little 8-pointer. Camp is just inside those trees just there. I spent the morning up on the ridge above camp there, just having a look round. Spotted a fawn on a slip, didn't see its mum or dad, and then ran into 2 deer in the bush on the way down at about 5 metres, and they just trotted off. Heard very little roaring. I stopped at camp for a coffee. I thought I'd come down the flats here. Well, it's not really flats, just the river banks. And I got to about here and I heard a distant moan. And I've just got down to here, and through those trees there, just in the gap, I saw the shoulder, part of a head and an antler of a stag. Now, I think it's the same stag that we saw when we flew in. He was on the next flat down. He was on me, he saw me, we're only 10 metres apart, so I didn't get a chance for a photo. So I nobbled him. Now I'll take a photo. As you can see, we'd be lucky to be 100 metres from camp. Now I don't know, I don't think he was the one that roared, because it was quite a distant roar. He's only a typical little Tararua 8. He smells like a typical stag coming into the rut. So I'll get a couple of photos and whip some meat off him. Oh well, day one. He was standing on one of the islands in the middle of the river, and yeah, he's toast. So he's actually hanging in the tree there, ready for his ride home. It's getting on about probably 5:30 now, so going to probably retire to the tent, have a bit of another coffee and chocolate biscuit or something, or even get ready for tea. Day one, not too bad so far. Yeah, a bit of a mash up tea tonight. A couple of lamb chops, mashed spud, veggies and mushrooms. I think I need it. I don't know about these dehydrated meals on the hill, not when you helicopter in. Looking downstream from the headwaters. I was just at the slip, or just a bit further down on the slip yesterday, a bit earlier, a couple of hours earlier yesterday, and there was a fawn feeding down the bottom there, and I waited for ages for him to see if mum and dad were about, but he fed into the bush. Well, today on the same slit, he's, come on, focus you back here, sitting there. So I'll wait again and see if mum and dad come out. It's about 3:30, I think, roughly about 3:30. Got plenty of time left. Obviously hanging around there. So hopefully there might be a stag holding some hinds in there. I certainly ain't hearing them. Do you ever regret something? I spent the morning downstream. I was actually got onto a stag that was roaring for a change, and couldn't get within 50 yards of him, and then he went quiet. I waited a couple of hours and nothing. I searched up the creek, no sign. Come back down into the main river and started making my way back up river to camp, and just as I was coming around one of the corners, I heard a moan, and I could spot a stag up behind some trees on a little slip. I ducked for cover, and I sat there for a bit contemplating whether I should just take a photo of him, and he walked down the slip onto the riverbed and started coming down the river towards me. Still contemplating taking photos of him because he was only a 6, but I don't know, sucker maybe. I shot him. So here I am now, 4.5, 5 hours upriver, and 2 stags to carry home. That's the part I'm regretting. Tomorrow's going to be a long day, but I'll have this afternoon to just relax and get gear packed, eat as much food as I can because I've got tons, and yeah, catch you tomorrow. Just burning a heap of rubbish I've just found. God, some people are dirty fuckers, leaving fucking plastic bags and bottles sitting in the scrub. You know, clean up after yourselves. Fucking this place was a pigsty. Nothing beats bush television.